The hell was that for?
Can I not put you in cuffs? Excuse me? Oh, why are you putting me in here? Rifle. Oh, and not trap me in a vending machine.
Just get out of the vending machine.
I'm not. I'm leaning against the wall and I'm staying here now.
I get forever lost inside this fucking building. I went the longest way possible to get out here.
It happens.
Smells like wet dog in here.
Excuse you, sir?
Huh?
Pardon?
I wasn't talking to you.
Right.
You're not Swedish, are you?
No.
Okay, good.
I'm
Then
English.
I'm
Then you're
looking
good.
this way. I'm not looking that way. Call me a fucking wet dog.
Oh, you're in trouble.
huh?
I walked out, he said it
You're in
smells like wet dog
trouble.
in here. Like, as I was looking
I don't
at it.
know. I can't even. Like, what do you say?
You're in
I'm
trouble.
just not
Why would I
fucking
be in
looking at
trouble?
him. I'm going this way.
Extraordinary
You're
creature.
in
He's half
trouble.
blind, half deaf,
You insulted
and
Viv.
this is just about as fast
Who?
as it can move.
You insulted Viv.
How did I insult her? I wasn't talking to her.
Because she thought you were calling her a wet dog.
Yeah, and then I clarified that she's not Swedish.
Realize that's my family member you just insulted.
Yeah, well, that's.
Good going there, Deputy Mayor, calling someone a wet dog. That's professional.
Told you.
Well, at least I don't have that point. I don't have to mind.
Uh-huh.
Well, if you want, does he want to go that route? Because I'll go that route. I'll be petty.
I mean, technically, you did kind of say it when he was out of the room and it was just her, so I can understand why she thinks she was saying it to her.
What? Because two people went through the room?
Oh, because you said it when she was the only one remaining in the room to hear it.
No, she wasn't even in the room though.
Called Viv a wet dog.
Mm. I guess.
How could you insult her on this month?
Well, I didn't, so there was that. If people want to think, or if they want to think that I did, that's on them. I don't care.
What, you don't care what my family members think of you?
No.
Good to know.
I clarified that she's not Swedish, so that should be enough. So why is the vending machine talking to me? That's crazy.
Because you decided to put me in here?
That's fair.
Because you couldn't take me asking if you like being in cuffs, so...
Oh, I didn't even hear you
Obviously,
ask that.
This was... Yes, you fucking did!
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did!
No.
Yes, you fucking did!
Nope.
Yeah, you did.
Nope.
Yeah, you did.
Is she just refusing to look in my general direction?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, I can't get you out, so you're kind of on your own.
Me on my own when it comes to you, never. I'll literally just walk out of it.
That's karma.
Oh my god.
How is it karma? You were the one that was not very nice.
Well, that's karma.
How is that karma?
Because the Swedish guy is being a prick. And she's hanging out with the Swedish guy.
I'm gonna go hang out with the Swedish guy in a minute.
All right, well, then you're on your own.
Oh, you mean like I had to get myself out of vending machine that you put me in?
Yep. You know, she just lost her entire paycheck of the day.
Yeah, I know.
Well, if she didn't ignore me, maybe I would pay for it, but karma.
Huh? You mean because she overheard you called her a wet dog? And
No, I
taking it
didn't.
personal?
You can keep saying that, but I didn't call her a wet dog. I called the Swedish guy
Okay.
the wet dog, so.
But she's with the Swedish guy.
Okay, that's on her. Wasn't talking to her specifically.
Right. I mean,
Well,
maybe you
just-
should have
just-
clarified that you weren't saying it about her and not just say you're not Swedish.
I did. I said I was talking to the Swedish guy. My FPS is horrendous right now.
Hey, are you okay? I just saw your tornado.
That's what you get for being friends with a Swede.
Okay. Michael was not calling you a wet dog. He was calling Trig a wet dog. No, he said it. He said it. He said it 3 times now that Trig's been in the room. I promise you, it isn't you, Viv. No one ever thinks you smell anything other than lovely.
Hello.
Howdy, sorry, we literally just got done with that one call.
No, yeah, you're good.
Yeah, that was like a 45-minute situation, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no, I know how it is. So you're good.
Oh no.
Yeah, we are impound this vehicle, and then Ruby and I both are gonna head over to MRPD. So
Okay. We're still. Oh my god, she fucking locked me inside. God damn it. All right. Well, I am in the coffee room.
okay, sounds good. Yeah, we'll be there in like 3 minutes.
Yeah. No rush.
Okay,
All right. See you in a bit.
we'll see you.
What am I fucking hearing? Is it the dog? Or is this a person? Never mind. It is Pink Floyd. I swear to God, it sounded like the fucking. Have you never heard that fucking dog that literally sounds like that? I forgot what it's like a. No. Hellhounds. I need to find it. The park, yeah, it's like the park thingy that whenever it barks, it just screams. Never watched Supernatural? I have not. Is it a husky? No. Where the fuck is it? Can't find it. It screams like an old fucking man. What the fuck am I hearing? That is not it. It's a Frenchie? is it this one? Frenchie screaming in car.
You cannot keep interrupting. No. I'm having.
That's what it sounds like to me. That specifically.
Hello.
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 Is it true this is the last day before, you know, the results of it?
No, I don't know who goes around spreading that.
Me?
Well, you said it
But
yourself that it
probably
might not
be over.
Might not be over.
Fortunately. Or fortunately,
that's-
whichever
Howdy,
it is.
y'all.
Yeah,
I just want it to be over with. Not that I don't like you guys, it's just I want the change, you know?
Oh, no, the change will be coming either way.
Well, that's good.
Hold on, I gotta grab something.
Yep, you're good. It's a boner boy.
Duncan, hey, good stuff keeping up with that car, by the way.
I mean, I got sideswiped and slammed into a pole, though.
That's okay. We were saying
Yeah,
you had an accident, Trig had an accident, Cornwood flew out of the windshield, and we still got him.
Yeah.
That's the cool stuff right there.
yeah. Yeah, we're saying, to be honest with you, it was the thing is with those, it's like regardless of whether or not we catch the guy, the thing that's important is seeing control, making sure like process wise we're doing stuff good. That's like exciting. Because what it means is even if we don't catch that guy, that we are gonna catch him eventually just because we're doing our jobs right. But that was really damn good.
And we did catch him.
Yeah.
Hello.
Maybe-
Sorry,
Hello.
we're on a bit of a high at the moment.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah?
you're good.
Yeah, we did good
Are
shit
you about to
today.
have a long conversation?
Yeah, we're I think we're gonna meet about some stuff.
Oh, shit. Okay. I'll save it for later then.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Where do we want to go? Also, do you want to do both, or do you want?
What do you
What do you
We
want
can
to
do meeting room. We could do where's good for y'all.
Wherever you guys feel comfortable.
We can go to my office while I was suspended.
Okay.
No, actually,
Okay.
we could do. Yeah, let's go to my office.
All right. What is this office? And before his office is like in there or something.
Oh shit, my car's downstairs.
Where's
What's
this
he
office?
doing?
Where's his office at?
Where's he
Grabbing
going?
a car. He's getting a car because we're going to his office.
Where is his office? Oh, no.
I don't. Oh, it's Sandy. Oh gosh.
Human.
Where's your office, Cornwood?
We're just down the road.
You can open the front. I've
Thank you
gone
very
out
much.
the windscreen enough.
Oh,
Your
okay.
turn.
Okay, that doesn't fill me with a lot of hope, but fair enough.
My
Seatbelts.
Okay, my driving. Look, my driving has gotten better. See, Jenny remembers my driving being real bad because I was having wrist issues. I was, getting custom steering wheels and all kinds of shit. But see
Yeah,
now,
definitely.
yeah, I mean, I kept trying to retrain myself, but now I'm not as bad. I ain't good. Okay, I'll admit, but I ain't as bad as I was. What the hell? Who's here?
This is your office.
Okay, my office ain't very secure. Let's go back.
No, your office is. What? Go to Trooper Station.
I don't know. That's where I would go. I'd go up there, and there was whenever I had when I was lawyering, people would always go up there. Or sorry, not people. I would always go up there and talk to people one on one, take notes and stuff.
Over there,
Okay.
that's going to be very busy at the moment.
Here, let's go up to the we'll go up to the roost.
All right.
Okay. Well, at least you didn't fly out of the car, man.
Oh, not now, Dex.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hey, good shit, Lovesick.
Hey Jenny.
Hey, you're
What's that
killing
cool?
on that pursuit.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I had to hold that down, huh?
Yeah, that was
Uh,
real good. You
awesome.
were solo. You were solo for a good bit too.
yeah, yeah, that was good. That's scene control and stuff is what I enjoy. So
Yeah.
that's me getting into my element for sure.
Yeah, that's literally what Ruby and I were just talking about. That. And that's the,
Oh,
even
yeah.
if we don't catch the guy, like if scene control and shit is good, then it means we will catch him eventually. So
Yeah, and as soon as he pulled up in the Seminole, I was like, you know what? Let's have some dessert. You know what I mean? Let's have a little bit on top. So even if we just got the Seminole, I was waiting for the pickup for the BMW, and it was on the way. But I had the attitude of let's get the Seminole, less an extra $600 out of their pockets. But hey,
Yeah.
we caught him. We caught him.
yeah, that was
Mhm.
really really good.
He told
So,
me I had no idea how much money he'd invested into that because apparently those stolen goods are pretty valuable individually, and
It's
we
this perfect
found what,
moment.
1,500 of them?
yeah.
So
Those calls from what we can talk. Let's talk about this later because
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
Jenny and Mr. Smote have been waiting for a while. So
cool. Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
Catch you later.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Good shit.
Well, she has the keys anyways. I'm
She
sure
has keys, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, we can go to the. We can go to...
Oh, I guess I don't know which fucking. This is like a maze. I swear. Yeah, the roof is fine, but
It's kind of far. Let's just go to. Let's go to. Wait, where'd Ruby go?
she went through these stairs
Oh shit.
that are not locked. What is going on?
Just easier. Actually, we should go to observation room so people don't come in and try and listen in. People being sneaky. I ain't worried about it, but at the same time,
Yeah, I might have to tell both of them.
yeah. But we can wait out here till they get here.
God damn, Cornwall, please. They're on their way upstairs, and now you.
Yeah, I just figured this is easier than going all the way up to the roof. My legs were getting tired after all that driving.
Mm-hmm. Did
Okay.
you want me to wait outside? Do you want Mr. Cornwood first, or what would you like to do?
Whichever you two, it's completely up to you. If you want to do it together, if you want to do it separately, if you want to wait, if you don't, it's up to you two. Whatever you two feel comfortable with.
I'm good. I'm good either way. So
Yeah, either way is good.
if y'all have been around too long and y'all want to save some time, it might be easier if it's one-on-one. Or sorry, both at the same time instead of one-on-one. But I'm good. Anything y'all want to do, I'm good with.
I don't know. It's up to you, Jenny. This is your thing. I'd say one-on-one just to be sure, but
Yeah, that's fine. We can do one-on-one.
I'll wait. I'll wait.
Okay.
Ruby, if you want to go on patrol, we can call you back so you're not just stuck waiting.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
All righty.
Thank you. All right, Conwood, are you good for your name to put on the list of officers that I have spoken to?
Absolutely. Appreciate y'all doing this, by the way. I know this is a hell of a lot of work, and people have been talking your ears off, and you've probably been hearing, at least to some degree, some of the same things from a lot of people.
It happens, but I'm happy to do it.
Okay.
Hey, so you know who I am. You know what I did before. I don't really need to explain anything to you. You know why I can do this. I'm going to be going through a series of questions just to gain your opinion. It's free form. You can answer however you want. Complete transparency. You can say whatever you want. I hold no grudges. I have nothing to gain from this. This is basically an independent review. Whatever you want to talk about, we can talk about at the end. If you have any questions, you can ask them. And yeah, are you good with that?
Yeah. All
Okay.
that sounds great.
All right, awesome. So my first question is, what is your overall satisfaction of the PD?
I think
speak with your heart, Cornwood. Say
I
it
think
like it is.
that's a question with a really long answer. The short answer is some things are pretty good and some things are pretty bad. And right now, overall, I think things are getting better.
Well, let's start with the goods. What are some of the good things?
Okay. I feel like for the most part, within shift 2 and 3, I feel like there's a level of camaraderie there that's been built up that I know I had heard from others in the past say that they're worried that that wasn't going to be a thing like it used to be. It's not going to be like it was. You know, they miss this guy, they miss that guy. It's unfortunate that this person's not hired. It's unfortunate that that person's not hired. A lot of people have been talking about that. So that was definitely a thing. It wasn't a huge thing, but it was a thing. But the kind of that brotherhood, that family aspect was a concern. But I believe that that has been getting better, particularly in shift 2 and 3. Other things that are good, I think that I feel like the skeleton crew, like the early stages of the PD here being rebuilt, was overall very good. Like I was very impressed by a lot of things that we did on a regular basis. The average quality of police officer that we had was higher than whenever I was around before. And that was about eight years ago. You know, a little bit, probably a little bit less than a year overall, but I think it was like 6-7 months in one block, and then I came back a little bit later, just for a little bit of time. However, I think that as far as recruiting goes, and as far as that kind of stuff goes, I think that the quality coming in has not been quite as good all the time. Some people are very damn good, which has been great to see. I mean, the Suarez's, the Lovesicks. I mean, I could name a bunch of people, right? But some people have been really damn good. As far as from a leadership standpoint, not having Captain Turner for a while, I think hurt us a little bit because he was kind of.
I agree.
Look, I don't know if this is some kind of prophetic thing or whatever, but you had 3 different captains with 3 different leadership styles, and if you even kind of look at their names, you got Captain Ruth, who's ruthless. You got Slacks, who he'd let you off the hook a little bit. He'd take it easy on. He was good, but he might shift 2 shit. Everybody knows how shift 2 goes. And then you had Turner, who was kind of the one to split the vote a little bit. So he'd kind of be the one who would turn things around there, and kind of be the mediator between the two. Not having Captain Turner and not having that balance, I think hurt us pretty bad, because the way that Captain Ruth would approach things, and every shift is going to kind of emulate the personality of the leader of that shift. So in Captain Ruth's case, a lot of repercussions, a lot of consequences for just dumb shit that didn't make any impact. I mean, there'd be times where I would be set up for something and I would make a joke about it, and then all of a sudden, oh, here you go, you get a dap. Now, it's almost like she was treating daps, and I do not want to talk about daps in this conversation because I want to blow my own brains out every time I talk about it at this point, because I think everybody, there's two lines of thought. There's 3 lines of thought. I'll just summarize them real quick. You have one, we need daps because strike points were bullshit and people would get like 50, 60 strike points and not get fired. The other line of thinking is daps are way, way, way too severe. And whenever you get,
Yeah, I was about to say, doesn't want to talk about DAPS. Now talks about
way
DAPS.
too severe, and they make too much of an impact for too little of shit, and it causes people very real stress for things that don't matter, because all of a sudden it puts their jobs at risk, their livelihoods at risk, right? And sometimes it's deserved, but a lot of times it's not. The third line of thinking is, oh, the only people who complain about DAPS are the people who get DAPS, which again is bullshit, because it ain't true, because you only hear about it from these people and this narrative has been spun. But What they don't know, the people who say that are the people that aren't talked to by the other people who come and speak to them. The trusted people in the PD, and people feel comfortable around them. And we have a few of those, which is great. Fourth line of thinking, and this is my own, similar to 2, but the reasoning behind why I believe that the problem with the DAPs being so severe is so big, and why so many people feel bad about them,
Bruh.
is because if you've ever been in a situation, everybody comes from different walks of life, before they came here. But if you have ever been a part of layoffs, if you've ever, if you've ever had a situation where somebody's been fired, somebody's been reprimanded, in any situation, let's say you're in school, you're in whatever, you're at a job, you have that sort of survivor's guilt.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of the 4 lines of thinking that I would say. I think the consequences are so severe because it gives people that survivor's guilt, and it makes them feel bad when they see other people reprimanded. And it also opens the door, and it establishes a culture, which we've seen in Shift 1, where it's very finger pointy. Everything that happens, oh, we got to go tell Senior. We gotta go tell Captain Ruth. Oh, we got to tell this person. Oh, did you hear what this guy did? And it's not direct face to face. Hey, there was a mistake made here. Let's talk about it. Or even better, hey, this is what I saw. What were you thinking? Like what was going? What was your point of view on this and why? And maybe, hey, maybe I was wrong. Maybe you didn't make a mistake. And that's something that happens in Shift 2 and 3, whereas in Shift 1, it's, I don't know how this happened. I wake up every day and I hear this guy did this in Shift 1. This guy did that in Shift 1. Or this guy yelled at this person. This senior was yelling at somebody and then went and lied about it to the captains, or this FTO made this cadet feel bad, which is, sometimes you're not everything's going to be all, great and rosy and, wonderful in the PD. I understand that. But at the same time, you can't have people coming in here and feeling belittled or put down, because we need to work together and build each other up. Now there's banter. Okay. And there's times where I have bantered personally and I've made somebody feel bad.
This might have been a mistake.
But you know what happened in Shift 2 is, and this is I would say this is the general culture. It's, let's have a conversation about it. And I can take that accountability and I can apologize for it. So there's a massive culture difference between Shift 1 and Shift 2 and 3.
We should have started
which
with
is
100%.
Which is unfortunate that this has happened, but I think it's because the differences in leadership.
I feel like Jenny is zoned the fuck out.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. That has been something that's come up, not just one, that's come up more than one.
Yeah, so I would say those are the primary bad things. It's the culture difference is or the primary bad thing.
Okay. And how do you feel about the number of units that you have on
How do
duty?
you
Do
feel
think
about
you
that?
can efficiently carry out your job?
Can you ask one more time? I couldn't hear you good.
How do you feel about the number of units you have on duty, and can you efficiently do your job with the number of units you currently have?
It depends. Some days yes, some days no. Which I think is probably goes against conventional thinking in the PD. I do think we should up the recruitment, but I think something that people should consider is there are some days where we're looking pretty good. The primary issue that we have with recruitment is we have good people that we lose out on because they don't get answered to. Again, I also want to clarify this because I've had so many of these talks so many times that sometimes I think I've already mentioned something and I might leave it out. But I do want to say, I think that the core issue is the captains had too much on their plate at the beginning, because you had 3 people in command doing like 15 people's job.
Mhm.
So that's kind of it. That's really the core primary issue, is that they end up having so much on their plate. So they have to go recruit, they have to do this, and then Captain Ruth is not available. She is just not here. Now available's a hard word. She isn't present, but I will admit that she does a damn good job on the administrative side of things, where even if she's out of town and she has to take the train out and handle some other things, she does a pretty good job. I would say pretty damn good job even of keeping up with shit and being able to help sign warrants and do work remote. Captain Turner, he had some unfortunate stuff going on out of town where he had to take a flight out for a while and he wasn't able to come check in. I do think that there should have been an interim captain appointed, or an additional senior. If somebody was qualified, an additional senior maybe even in that shift. But there was no telling how long he was going to be out of town. So what has happened is you essentially had 3 captains doing a bunch of people's jobs that turned into like 1.5 captains, where you had Ruth partially available, and then you had where you had Captain Slacks. So all this shit has fallen on his plate, and it's kind of unfair. I do think that the way Ruth has handled herself and just the type of person that Brooke Ruth is, it's not bad in and of itself. And I'll take it a step further. For the longest time, I thought we need Brooke Ruth and we need that person in here. However, what has happened is because there is no oversight over the type of person that Brooke Ruth is, it has escalated. We keep talking about escalation, de-escalation. That has been a primary thing from the beginning of this PD being opened, and everything that I've been told. Cornwood, okay, we've heard some things about your past and escalation, and so de-escalation. Well, here's what I've learned is I'm probably one of the best people here at de-escalating shit in the entirety of the, I'll go as far as saying in the entirety of the city. And there's a lot of other folks that what they do is they escalate issues with their words. And they go, and I know there's a little bit of a narrative amongst folks that have not come and spoken with me, or even worse, have not spoken with me and have not been spoken to by a lot of the people that trust me, and a lot of the people that have been talking to me and kind of using me as the I guess their complaints box. So yeah, I did take it upon myself as a leader, because you can say I don't give a damn about rank, and I know people probably complain about, oh, I don't respect the chain of command and shit. There's no chain of command when it comes to people. There's a chain of command when it comes to police, and I understand that. But when it comes to people, there's no chain of command. We're all people here, okay? And if I know that there's other people here that are feeling hurt or frustrated or distressed or anything like that, I'm going to go and I'm going to speak to the people in charge about it, and I'm going to be honest. And I'm not going to look. I don't need to be aggressive. I don't need to be upset about things or whatever. I don't want to get to that point where I'm yelling. So
Good guy Cornwood.
it's just the truth. Where yeah, I do speak up for people because I feel like they don't feel comfortable having that conversation with them, because I'm around 16, 20 hours a day, and they see me. And I made it an active point whenever I came back. I didn't know a lot of these people. Jenny, I was around when you were around and when Pred was around, and it's a lot of my folks are gone, and I miss them dearly. I do. And I was like, well, let's get the ball rolling here. Let's see what happened, and make some new friends. Kind of get a new family here, build something new here. And I feel like I've done that, and I've become very close with many of the people here. So the fact that they come to me, I mean, it makes me happy in a sense, because we've developed that trust. And when they trust me with that,
What was the question
I
again?
feel like it's part of my job to speak up for them because they don't feel comfortable speaking up to the captains because it's like they're talking to a brick wall.
That is, yeah, that's pretty.
They say it's everything is in one ear, out the other.
Can I
And
ask? Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
go ahead.
Would you, if I ask you, do you think people are afraid of talking to the captains or just voicing their opinion? Would you say that that is a correct statement?
Yes, and I agree that there's a
Say
time
that
and a
one more time
place.
for me, please.
I asked him if he thinks that, or what from his point of view, if people are afraid of speaking up or talking to the captains or voicing their opinions.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So I would say absolutely. You know, it's one of those things where, and again, I am going to be very honest when I say this. I think a lot of people think I've been running around spinning a narrative of anti this guy and making up bullshit. I'm the most honest son of a bitch you're ever gonna find, to a fault. Yeah, you ask me, hey, I heard you did this. Did you do it? Even if I look, I'll be like, I might not remember, but I think about it. What would Cornwood do? Yeah, I probably did do that shit. And you know what? Sometimes I think about it some more, and I'm like, wait, no, I didn't do that, but I got reprimanded for it. So, I mean, shame on me, to be honest. I mean, maybe I shouldn't just, if somebody blames me for something, instead of, maybe I shouldn't take so much damn accountability for shit I didn't do.
No,
But that, I mean, that's just who I am. I ain't gonna lie. Cletus Cornwood is I'm a painfully honest person. Okay, that's how I was raised, and that's how I'm gonna be. We had a situation where we had an officer who was coming to me about some shit. I got suspended, and I'm told I don't know who to talk to. I don't know what to do. And I say, you know what? You need to go and take it up the chain of command. I mean, that's what they keep saying. Go talk to a senior. Go talk to a captain. They'll hear you out. And she ended up talking to a captain and kind of airing out her complaints. And then at the end of the conversation, she got dapped for something. I don't even know what for, but she got dapped for unprofessionalism for a situation that happened like a week or two ago. So it's like, why are you dapping her now after she's coming to you with, there's complaints and shit. So who is making the call? And she was a shift one. So I mean, if I think she was a shift one officer who was complaining about talking to, I'll just tell you, she was talking to Captain Slacks during shift two. Now, I don't know, that's not very Slacks-like to me to dap somebody at the end of a conversation like that, as far as I would know. So I don't know if that, order to dap her right then and there, like she needs to be dapped today or something, came from Ruth because she's the shift leader. I have no idea, but it feels like she's being retaliated against, and you have to understand how people feel in that scenario. As a leader, there's a lot of leadership qualities that they're not really learned. You just kind of have them, but there's also a lot of leadership qualities that you can learn over time by just observing how other people operate. So that's what I would say about that as far as the comfortability of being able to speak up about the problems.
Okay. This is going to be a big one for you because I've heard it through the grapevine. I've heard it from everyone else. This is going to be, I'm sure you have a lot to say on this one. Do you feel that right now the wage that you make is sustaining your life in the PD?
I do have a lot to say about it. You know what? I'm curious. What have you heard about me?
Heard that you have invested a lot of your personal money and time into keeping the vehicles up to scratch. That
Yeah.
you have, and that you may not have had any reimbursement for anything, and you do it because you actually want the PD to succeed, and you actually do want them to have equipment that works. I heard a round number of 170K at one point. So
Yeah, and actually an additional 50,000 last night.
Wait, what did you buy last night for 50 grand?
I bought 15 83mm turbos.
Cornwood, why?
wait, what did you buy? Say that again.
15 83mm turbos. It's been over. Here's the thing. It's been over a month since we've had them that big, So that includes research, that includes testing. That does not include the hours. I mean, I've probably spent about 30 to 40 hours just testing cars and staying up till 6 a.m. doing all kinds of shit, trying to make sure things are done. Things are working properly. That also does not include additional repairs I made on other people's vehicles. When I just noticed that they were not in good shape, I didn't even have it logged. I just went and just did that shit. So yeah. So that basically you already know all about that. So the number is 220 plus right now, but the number that I would ask for is 220. I'm not even asking for any sort of damn profit or nothing on it. I just want even the wholesale. You know what I mean? Just the wholesale value, not market price. That's all. I mean, if I added in the amount of times Slacks asked me for food, it'd be another 30 grand, but we won't go there. So I'd say like 220 is about 220. I paid for soundproofing in the sales even. Nicholas, actually, yeah, Michael, your brother, Nicholas Simone, came in here and he got paid $20,000 to fix the soundproofing in the sales, which was just miserable. You want to blow your eardrums out every single time he came down in here.
Yeah, I feel like that's 20 grand is cheap. He used to charge a lot more back in the day.
Yeah, well, the economy is different now. We're in a recession. But yeah, I mean, I would get on duty sometimes. And cars are a disaster. I was gone for 3 days into my suspension. The car that I would use primarily was a QCF, like 62N, some kind of.
He knows the
license
fucking
plate
plate
like that.
of his car.
And it was at 84% engine whenever I got suspended. 3 days in, I come by the PD right after the storm, and Matt Rhodes is driving the car. It is at 60% capacity, meaning people were driving that car that I normally use all the time, which was actually the best condition out of the shared vehicles. It dropped 24% in 3 days, meaning nobody had repaired it and had been driving on it. And it was wheel spinning, topping out at like 20 miles an hour, just rolling over to Mosley. It was bad. So they had to do a full engine repair, or engine swap, excuse me, on a car that should not have needed it. I mean, hell, I took all the turbos out of the cars because of, and this is kind of like a recurring theme here. I took all the turbos out of the cars because turbos were being stolen, and I already had 2 of them stolen from me, and I took them out and I said, until we can find a process here, and I might even write something up of how to get your car repaired and all that kind of stuff, I need to take them out because these are 99 millimeter turbos and we can't risk it. I keep hearing, well, it wasn't told to me directly, but the idea was Cornwood is now retaliating because of his suspension. He pulled all the turbos right before he got suspended. When in reality, I didn't want the turbos to get stolen. And, we have to take a short-term loss here until we figure it out for a long-term gain in having those $20,000 turbos.
It takes a person like 2 seconds to lockpick a car, then lockpick the fucking, like it takes them 10 seconds to get in the car and then drive off, and then they just need somebody to wait there. And we talked about this, I think, right?
Yeah. So I mean, that's just kind of where we're at. But some people, and this is also a recurring theme here, where I've noticed, I don't know if it's just here in Los Santos, people ain't used to be people being honest and upfront with people, but I don't put up with that bullshit. I'm not going to go and lie to somebody and do this. And look, I act in good faith. And what I mean by good faith is I'm never going to do something to somebody to try and bullshit them and make them feel a certain type of way. And not be honest with them and get one over. He literally said he doesn't
care about compensation,
though. And I mean, it's just as simple as that. People keep talking about, oh, I think Cornwood is trying to, pull some bullshit, and he's causing a ruckus just because he wants the sheriff's office, just because he doesn't want to have any consequences for his actions, just because he don't want no damn, he doesn't want nobody to tell him what to do. I mean, you think I don't see that shit? You think I don't hear that here? it's not. You know what's funny? It ain't from a whole lot of people that I'm talking to, which is probably most of the PD. It's people that don't talk to me, which again is the core issue here. They go talk behind your back, they go talk to somebody else, and they end up causing more problems and blame somebody else when a situation has now escalated. Whereas if they just actually listen to you and talk to you, you can figure out most problems. And that is why I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but there's a reason why the overwhelming majority of the PD comes and speaks with me, because I just listen to them. It's also why I have so much to talk about. And I'll talk your damn ear off about it because I know way too damn much about everything that goes on here.
Well, I also feel like you care and you're approachable. Whereas the captains, again, if people are scared of talking to them in the first place, it's not like that's not a great thing, because they are the people that, in theory, that people should go to when there's an issue. And if they're not approachable nor listened, or they strike you for you bringing up your opinions, that's not a good look. That's not a fun workspace.
Right. Yeah. Like I don't want. You know, I mean, I think my actions, if anything, actions speak louder than words, don't they? And I think there's no question about the actions that I've made so far being nothing but for the greater good of the PD.
Can I ask you something? The day that you were supposed to get suspended, what did Max do then? This isn't to do with the audit. I just need to know, because I've heard things said and I don't really believe in it. Like, was it all? Or
I actually have a report from one of the auditors for you at the house.
Okay.
As well.
Did he overstep? Did he force anything, or was it all agreed upon that you should stay under force?
Did who overstep?
Max. Like, did he pull the mayor card that he is allowed to do whatever the fuck he wants? Or was it all in agreement that you should stay on the force because what you got striked for was dumb?
I'll tell you this. If you're going to have a panel, I mean, if you want me to talk about that, how the entire situation around my suspension from start to finish and everything that goes into that was an egregious just failure in leadership, in process. The amount of things that happened wrong and were just piss poor.
Did I just fuck up?
It blows my mind. I had never seen such a massive failure in both communication and leadership as I had there in any aspect of my life. So when, first off, a day prior to my suspension, Denzel Shasti, 12 hours prior to my suspension, Denzel Shasti got fired. People think that my situation was the catalyst. To be honest, Denzel's situation was the catalyst, because Denzel was the tipping point for me, where I go in and people tell me everything, and I'm like, okay, let me go to the captains. Let me take it up the chain. And it's just, it literally the whole time is this. This is it. The whole time, right here.
So he's saying he's getting Donald Walt. Okay.
And I'm telling them how people feel, right? I'm telling them how people feel, but it's just in one ear, out the other. So when Denzel gets fired after being told the meeting gets pushed back 3.5 hours, and Captain Ruth, he is a shift 1 officer. Captain Ruth is not there. And Captain Turner is not there, and it's only on Captain Slacks to be the messenger. That's insane. You're not even going to have all the captains there to fire him. It's like breaking up with a damn person with a text message. Like, what the shit are you doing here? Hey,
Has he asked the question yet?
You told your friend to tell your damn boyfriend, girlfriend that you're breaking up with him. You see what I'm saying? And he's there on time. He was dressed real nice. He's like, I'm here for my review after a suspension, all that shit. He ends up getting fired. You know, he's there on time.
He's just talking about
He's
the
one of our best
entire
officers. I'm
thing
just gonna
now.
be honest. Denzel, all of our investigations and shit got put to a halt because Denzel got dapped to hell in the first couple of weeks, and it made
What is
him scared to
Jenny's
do
gonna
his
text me
job.
something.
This son of a bitch had a timer. He would have a stopwatch. A pursuit would begin, and then, okay, 10 minutes. And as soon as that thing got close to 10 minutes, he'd call off the pursuit. And then, you know what? He got yelled at, I think, by DeRollo, who, like, DeRollo yelled at him for having a stopwatch. I was like, okay, you're going to yell at him for going more than 10 minutes, and then you're going to yell at him for having a stopwatch. I don't know if it was 5 minutes or 10 minutes, but it was whatever the period of time that he was told was. So, like, you gotta be shitting me.
No, I agree. I've heard about that. That shouldn't even be a thing in the first place. But that kind of falls back on how the DAP points are just like it's somewhat of a necessity. But right now, in the current stage, they're doing more harm than good.
Yeah.
So and it's, if you go to work and you have to worry about shit like that to the degree where you're putting a timer, and you can't do your work to the best of your abilities because you're worried about just the smallest slip up. That just fucks you up, right? Like it doesn't help.
Right. So kind of reeling it back in. When it came to my situation, they tried to do some things better. Where Captain Ruth was there, Captain Turner was there, and Captain Slacks was there, and they went over every single one of my DAPs, and they wanted to, I'm assuming, hear my reaction to them. I'm an honest son of a bitch, and I will tell you if I think you DAP me for something wrong. They DAP me for not respecting the chain of command, but by doing so, it was whenever I was in town. It was like my first or second day, and I didn't even have a damn uniform, and they were upset that I didn't have a proper uniform. I'm like, well, shit, hello, you know, if you want me to get a uniform, get me one. So I paid a real damn nice tailor to make me a uniform, but he was a really good tailor, and it took him a while to get it done and all this shit, and he had some problems with shipping, all that. So it took about a month for me to get my new uniform. And I called myself sheriff a few times as a joke. I get dapped for that. They claim I pointed my gun at a crowd of people during the mayoral election, which I never did, and I got dapped for that. I brandished it as far as I pulled it out and put it to my side. I never pointed it at people. They were upset about me cuffing somebody who ran up on stage. I say election, mayoral debates. They were upset at me cuffing somebody who ran up on stage towards mayoral candidates. When, hello, you have mayoral candidates here. I don't know if that's a dadgum terrorist. I cuffed them, moved them off the stage, asked them to not come on the stage anymore, and uncuffed them. I didn't send them to jail. I wasn't rude. None of that. I mean, these are just like normal common sense things that I would expect somebody who's acting in good faith and doing their job as a police officer to do. You have the control, you have the power to do that. Now they were like, well, you shouldn't have been out of clothes. You know, you shouldn't have been. Now I was wearing my hat with a badge on it and whatnot. So, you know, I did have some, police issued. I mean, it's old police issued shit, right? But I wasn't wearing the proper uniform, and I understand that. You know, I wasn't made aware of this because I was like brand new, just coming back. But tell me that. Let's have a conversation about it. You know, it's not teaching somebody what you're doing wrong. It's punishing somebody. So, but then where's the learning? We got to be better here.
Oh yeah, I agree.
So, I mean, it's you know what I'm saying? Like I do agree. It's like there's some things I did wrong, right?
No, I'm still waiting. If
another
you
one
think
was there was a
Max-
situation where
code word, please.
we had two officer statements versus one officer statement where the other officer lied and about what I did, saying I was trying to falsify evidence and try and stick a charge on somebody when they didn't do anything. And I was joking about how funny it'll be to get this guy for something he didn't do. And I was like, holy shit. I literally would never do this. And myself and Aziz were like, Brian, what are you talking about?
It's almost.
Are you correct? We made a joke about our commission on it, But here we are, old Lion Knight,
Yeah.
you know, going and saying, I try to coerce him to change his statement, all this. I said, no, be honest in your statement, because Gregory Johnson just got fired for lying by omission and leaving shit out of his statement and then doubling down on it, which Brian Knight did. This is somebody that I've known for years.
Jenny FK,
And I would always use Brian Knight as one of the shining examples of a fantastic police officer. Lo and behold, I don't know what the hell happened after I left. Turns out he strapped a bomb to an EMS and sent his ass into a damn hospital or some shit.
He strapped a bomb to a female EMS and sent her into a holdout that was being held by people in a private island.
Yeah. So this is the guy whose voice we're gonna hear over myself and Aziz Sultan, who are here, 12 to 16 hours a day and working our ass off every day. By the way, giving us more opportunities to get dabs. You see what I'm saying? I know it's been 5 years, but I'll tell you something else. There's sure as shit a hell of a lot of people here who do not care that it's been 5 years, and they do not, they don't look. They have not let bygones be bygones, because just look at the way people are treating, Mr. K or a Rami, or even even some other people in this city, even other police officers. Particularly,
well, in fairness, Mr. K and Rami are both.
Because as far as I know, I mean, shit, these guys are starting to go off the deep end now, maybe. But I was in business with Mr. K. This guy was a real estate tycoon. And now look at him.
Nikki's a riot, but she's not streaming.
So, again, I'm gonna keep reeling it back in because I keep branching off here.
Yeah, no, you're good. Like
I'm just trying to be very comprehensive. However, I think that's important for a proper understanding of the entirety of this situation. Because I don't think it's I don't think it's just it's basically, we live in two worlds. The police department and the rest of the city are two completely different worlds. And it doesn't make sense to have a police department that's a part of a different world policing the city that is not on the same world that it's on. And when the mayor sees that I'm having a review here where I have a senior officer that I don't interact with much, another new senior officer that I've barely gotten a chance to interact with at all, 3 captains, one of which has not been there.
How many seniors? Sorry, can you repeat that?
Sorry, say it again. What did you ask me?
Can you repeat who was there? Sorry.
Aldo Jackson, Brooke Ruth.
I do not like this keyboard.
Captain Slacks, Captain Turner, and Alice Watson. Alice Watson was a recently promoted Shift 3 senior who is absolutely incredible, and I have an unbelievably high opinion of her. However, I have not gotten to actually work with her very often. Aldo Jackson is somebody who I feel like, I mean, he even told me initially that if I ever, go up to the sheriff's office, he'd like to come there with me. And he, I don't know what happened to him in the last few weeks. He started being weird a little bit. The Captain Ruth, who has just, I don't know what is going on there. I mean, all of the above, right? Slacks, who is the only one who really interacts with me regularly. And then Turner, who I also have a very high opinion of. We don't see 100% eye to eye on every issue, but generally speaking, I think the way that Wyatt Turner operates is very good. And he's the type of person that we need here. Or one of the types of person. Captain Slacks, being the only person that really interacts with me regularly and sees what I do on a day-to-day basis, voted that I should not be fired, maybe a demotion, but I shouldn't be fired.